Շնորհակալություն ձեր բոլորին, ինչպես նաև Բoghossian ընտանիքին և հիմնադրամին այս շքեղ սրահը այսօր մեզ տրամադրելու համար։ So, first things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Victoria Abrahamian. I am the President of Soar Brussels as well as Soar Europe Regional Co-Director. Իմ անունը Վիկտորիա Աբրահամյան է, ես Soar-ի բրուսելյան մասնաճյուղի տնօրենն եմ, ինչպես նաև Soar-ի եվրոպական տարածաշրջանի համանախագահը։ I would like to tell you a few words about Soar, who we are and what we do. Soar is a charity organization that provides humanitarian assistance to orphaned children in Armenia, Syria, and Lebanon. Everyone who works for Soar are volunteers. What makes Soar unique and different from other similar organizations is that we don't have any administrative cost. Those are people that truly believe in the cause that we support. Կուզեի առանձնացնել Soar-ի յուրահատկություններից թեևս ամենակարևորը, որ Soar-ի բոլոր անդամները կամավորներ են։ Մենք չունենք որևէ ադմինիստրատիվ ծախս, ամեն ոք ով աշխատում է նվիրում է Soar-ին իր ազատ ժամանակը։ Մենք բոլոր մասնաճյուղերը անկախ են որոշելու թե որ ծրագրերը իրագործեն որ որբանոցներին և որբերին օգնեն։ Բոլորին մաղթում եմ բարի ժամանց, and now I would like to give the floor to the founder of Soar, Mr. George Yakubian, who travels all the way. George Yakubian.
Good evening, everybody. Let me begin by thanking everybody for coming tonight, and a special thank you to our Brussels hosts who have made the last couple of days a fantastic experience for me, and also a special thank you to all of the chapters who have come here for the last couple of days. Many of the people who are here tonight I've only ever communicated with by telephone or Skype or email. This is the first time I've had the opportunity to meet many, if not all, of the volunteers here in person, and it's been a fantastic experience for me. I'm going to give you just a very brief background about Soar. Victoria touched on what Brussels is and what Brussels does. My oldest daughter is adopted from Armenia. When we adopted Liliana back in 2006, we thought at the time that the best thing that we could do for Armenia, for the orphanages, for Liliana, was to create an organization that honored and helped the orphan children in Armenia. As we were visiting the orphanages during the adoption process, we had the opportunity to spend time at Sister Adushak's center. We visited several of the orphanages in Yerevan, and words are very difficult to describe the conditions that the children were living in back in 2005 at some of these facilities. During the adoption process, we did research into, are there any organizations out there that are dedicated to helping orphaned Armenian children? And the answer was no. And that made the decision to create Soar very easy for us. In 2005 and 2006, Soar was born. We started in Philadelphia, and when we started back in 2005, we had very modest goals. We wanted to provide some support in some capacity, and our first year, 2006, we distributed new linens, new towels to Sister Adushak summer camp. That was the extent of what we did as an organization back in 2006. I'd like to introduce now Sister Adushak Sajonian, who I have known for 40 years, since I was a child at the Armenian Citizen Camp. Sister Adushak Sajonian.
Good evening, and thank you very much, Victoria and George. It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight because this is where we were 3 years ago with our choir. And I must say to all of you that if our orphanage today in Armenia is helping orphaned, abandoned children, it is because of Boghossian Foundation. Boghossian Foundation not only gave us the building and the beautiful park next to it, but also helps us every year. And if 3 years ago, if we were capable of coming here, it was also because of Soar, because the sponsorship money helped the travel expenses of our children.
Thank you for being here with us. Please.
Sister, the international chapters also have a special gift for you, Belgian chocolates that you are meant to share with the children.
When I arrived yesterday to the hotel, the person who gave me the keys, he said, "You have something else." And it was a bag with fruit and Belgian chocolate. And I said, what a wonderful way of welcoming people. So, and today I see the same thing again. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a small announcement before we will continue our evening. Just try to verify that your mobile phones are switched off, and please keep the silence because it's the demand of our music.
Mariam Aletian will perform for us the work of Armenian, which is called Dance of Sassoon People, Sassoon Tileri Bar. Andantino, performed by Samuel Avanesian, Serap Avanesian, and Mariam Avanesian. Hrash Karapetyan and Hasmik Manukyan now will perform for us the work of Edward Boghossian, Rhapsody. gentlemen, you will listen now to the Komitas work. So Komitas 3 dances performed by Samuel Avanesian, Sevak Avanesian, Hraib Karapetyan, and Hasnik Manukyan.
very important. It's a big priority for the Brussels chapter of Soar that we help the children and teenagers to feel full-righted and confident members of the society. That was the reason why we decided to cover especially education and health needs. The first boy on our list is Rafiki Awoyan, a lively 10-year-old who lives partially in Humri Orphanage. He loves to play sports. He is very bright. But he has problems with, he has a disorder of motor speech, so part of the funds that will be raised today will go to cover the cost of the therapy for him. Nune will present our next child.
Thank you very, very much for everybody for coming here. I think we never expected to have so many people present. This is really, really great for us to see so many people present and really caring for this cause and coming tonight. I don't have any ready-made speeches. I just wanted to add up a little bit to the presentation of George and Sister Arusek speaking about Soar. I think none of you really knows what Soar is doing, and even us, the Brussels chapter, when we joined, when we started this thing, we didn't really know what we are starting. We were sympathetic with the cause. We felt we want to do something useful for Armenia. And this occasion came and we said, okay, it's a perfect moment to give some sense to ourselves, to our lives, and do something useful for Armenia. And we started with one event. The first event was a carnival. It was a great success. We raised a lot of money, I think. And the money was distributed to an orphanages in Syria and one orphanage in Armenia, which is the orphanage Marie Ismailyan. This is a very special orphanage with kids with special needs. The kids that appear here are not necessarily orphans. Very often they have parents, divorced parents or parents, but they take the kids to this orphanage because the diseases that they have are so complex, are so difficult to cope with, that the parents very often don't have the skills or the sources to deal with these diseases. And that's why these kids appear here. I had the opportunity to visit a couple of orphanages, and this one in October in Armenia. And to be very honest, it's difficult to share the feelings, what you see. It's I think George could not pass it on. Sister Arset could not really pass it on to everybody present.
Another child from the same institution, Mary Ismailyan's Children's Home in Netherlands. And her conditions, as you can see, are also not sure usual conditions, hence the need for this treatment and scanning, which she's also awaiting, just like her colleague. Serious health conditions, and severe mental retardation, tuberculosis, epilepsy, and a lesion in the central nervous system. She doesn't attend school, and her parents are divorced, but she loves to paint. So I think children like this are really something of a joy to have in life in general, because regardless of the difficulties they go through, the issues they have in terms of their health conditions and whatever else they have, an impediment, they never cease to be eager to learn and to smile every day and to try to accomplish things regardless of their handicap. So I think the help you give, any help you give is incredibly significant and very welcome. So thank you. Thank you very much for contributing.
Good evening, everyone. The child that I would like to present to you is Rita Kapulian. She was born on the 24th of July of 2004, so she's 10 years old. She resides in the Bird's Nest. As you can see, our logo is a Bird's Nest orphanage in Byblos, Lebanon. So we all know what is going on in Lebanon and in Syria. For this child, it's pretty serious what she's going through at this very young age. Despite everything that she's going through in her country, she is her health is in a really good condition. and she's attaining the 3rd grade. Her family history, as you can also see on the slide, her parents are unemployed and are therefore unable to take care of her properly. She has 1 sister and 2 brothers, and her hobbies are music and dancing, handcrafts and drawings. We are asking for €500 per year to sponsor her, and this is to put a real smile on her face, to give her a real future. And tonight I hope we will find a sponsor who will be willing to give her a real reason to smile about. Thank you, and I hope that this really comes true for her.
In the very last presentation, so will not concern a specific kid, but the whole orphanage. So because of the current situation in Syria, we decided to support an orphanage located in Aleppo. So in the Hach orphanage, 14 children are taken care by a couple who are living with these 14 children. And 1,000 euro we will send to this orphanage will cover basic needs. So water, food, medicine, so as a priority. So you must ask yourself how to send money to a country like Syria, which is in war. Actually, 6 months ago, we already sent money to 3 orphanages in Aleppo, thanks to Soar chapter in Syria, and the president take care of money and gave it to the sister responsible for the Hach orphanage.
Before you give the tombola, I just wanted to say a word about what we previously saw in terms of the Syrian orphanage. Just as an improvised, let's say, parentheses I'm opening here. Earlier this year we had our first, let's say, trial event where we managed to collect significant funding for this orphanage, which was really serious.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I can get your attention for 1 more minute, I would like to announce the winner of our tombola. Our composer, Yeah? Okay.
A volunteer?
Actually. The lucky number. The youngest one.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2. You're choosing to.
No, again.
The right one or the left?
This one.
And it's number 314.
Who has it?
Someone?
314 is the lucky winner. Who has the number?
Yeah. Good friend. Congratulations.
Please meet with the composer.
Just to remind you once more what just took place. The lady here who won the prize would be able to meet Hugo, and as a result, a musical portrait will be born. And Hugo is one of the youngest and most talented composers of film music in Europe. Thank you.
Մանկությունից փոքված կողմինները տանիքներ այս գնացքում որ այնքան երկար է քեզ մոտեցնող ճամփան չեմ կարող կրճատել Հերի վարար, 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 վարար Թող խոսեն խոսքերը Մեզ կապեն իրար ինչպես կամուրջներ Հերի արագ, 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 արագ Թող թակեն սրտերը Անհամբեր ինչպես սպասող գնացքներ Սպասված վերադարձ, մի անդարդ վարանում Քեզ չեմ տեսնում, բայց գիտեմ դու այստեղ ես Այս անծանոթ օտար, սիրելի քաղաքում Հերի վարար, 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 վարար Թող խոսեն խոսքերը Մեզ կապեն իրար ինչպես կամուրջներ Էլի արագ, 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 արագ Թող թակեն սրտերը Անհամբեր ինչպես սպասող գնացքներ Այս քաղաքում հավերժական համար է Քո խոսքերի պես տակ, քո հայացքի պես մեղ Այս քաղաքում կյանք այնքան խաղաղ է Ինձ փնտրիր ամենուր, ես մոտիկ եմ արդեն Էլի վարար, 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 վարար Թող խոսեն խոսքերը Մեզ կապեն իրար ինչպես կամուրջներ Էլի արագ, 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 արագ Թող թակեն սրտերը Անհամբեր ինչպես սպասող գնացքներ